What innovations does the European Union intend to introduce to improve the safety of our cars and lorries? What novelties will we find in tomorrow's showrooms? The answer consists of 4 points. First, automobiles must evolve towards models with frontal designs that are safer for pedestrians and that include materials that can absorb more of the impact. Thanks to research, new features are being developed, like this windscreen mounted on a shock-absorbing frame.
The metal section will squash, and in squashing absorbs energy, so that not all the energy of the impact is taken by the pedestrian's head.
As a result, the pedestrian's head is hit by 2 to 3 times less energy in the collision. Simple and efficient. Another idea is the sandwich car bonnet. Inside there's a deformable structure capable of absorbing shocks, while outside there's a plate with pre-cut lining.
What this does is, on the first point of impact with the pedestrian head, it allows it to deform along predetermined points.
In case of impact, the panel cracks at predetermined spots, and all the energy is dissipated in the absorbing material underneath.
Children, victims most likely to impact the bonnet, especially in the front region. We're confident that this system could save children's lives.
Another advantage is the absence of reinforcement structures, which in a conventional bonnet are dangerous hard points. And what about an airbag for pedestrians? The prototype exists. If an accident occurs, the protective airbag stored under the bonnet inflates in just milliseconds. As it opens, it also raises the bonnet to move the pedestrian away from the motor block.
Zusätzlich wird diese Öffnung zwischen dem hinteren Teil der Motorhaube und der Scheibenwurzel abgedeckt. Und ein dritter Teil ist der Bereich des Airbags, der die A-Säule abdeckt und somit auch einen direkten Kontakt mit den harten A-Säulenteilen verhindern kann.
A second development, thanks to European legislation, is a more widespread use of driver assistance systems. One example is ESC, or Electronic Stability Control. This system automatically corrects the car's trajectory in case of a sudden swerve and thus keeps the vehicle from running off the road or overturning. From November 2012, ESC will gradually become mandatory for all new vehicles, heavy-duty vehicles, coaches and cars. Likewise, trajectory control and brake assist systems must be installed in new heavy-duty vehicles from November 2013. Third point, visibility. This concerns especially lorries, as blind spots in their rear-view mirrors cause many serious accidents. In certain angles, the trailer size and cabin height often prevent the driver from seeing what's directly to the side or in front of the vehicle. All lorries over 3.5 tons must now be fitted with blind spot mirrors.
Mensen die voor de vrachtwagen langs liepen, konden wij niet zien. Mensen die hier op dit punt stonden, konden wij niet zien. Terwijl dat we nu met die spiegel eigenlijk perfect die mensen kunnen bekijken.
Night visibility is also being improved. Another European decision will soon make retro-reflective markings on the outside of lorries and trailers mandatory throughout the European Union. And from February 2011, new vehicles will also be equipped with daytime running lights. To limit energy consumption, low-consumption diodes will be used. A special design will be adopted to make sure they can't be mistaken for motorcycle lights. Tires are another issue. They are our only contact with the road. New standards will define minimum tire performance requirements. It will also become easier to choose the right tire. By 2012 at the latest, European labelling will inform all drivers about the exact performance of the tires mounted on their cars. Vehicles that are safer for pedestrians, easier to see, safer to drive. The objective is clear: to save thousands of lives each year on Europe's roads. Our Our behavior at the wheel is a safety factor that is equally, if not more important, than the condition of our vehicles. We're all responsible for road safety. For example, if we all respected the speed limit, fastened our seat belts and refrained from driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, we could save over 20,000 lives a year on European Union roads. Raising drivers' awareness is consequently a key issue for the European Commission. It has set a clear target for road safety to reduce deaths on Europe's roads from 54,000 in 2001 to 27,000 in 2010.
Cet objectif ambitieux, c'est de réduire de moitié le nombre des morts sur les routes européennes d'ici 2010. Or, aujourd'hui, nous avons encore 40 000 morts par an et 1 700 000 blessés.
So what are the European Union's aims? 1. The member states must tackle all types of accident-causing behaviours, including the use of cell phones at the wheel and the more insidious problem of driver fatigue.
Concernant la fatigue au volant, première fausse croyance, c'est de penser qu'en buvant du café, on va éviter d'être fatigué, ou on va ouvrir la fenêtre en grand pour que l'air frais arrive, et on va mettre la radio à fond pour être sûr d'être réveillé. De toute façon, on ne peut pas gagner contre le sommeil. La seule façon de s'en sortir et de vraiment avoir un comportement de sécurité, c'est s'arrêter dès qu'on peut, se reposer un quart d'heure, 20 minutes, dormir, et puis ensuite tout ira beaucoup mieux.
In the area of research, the European Commission is keeping an eye on car manufacturers' efforts to develop systems that detect driver fatigue.
Ce sont des systèmes qui sont au niveau expérimental qu'on pourrait avoir demain sur nos véhicules et qui permettraient d'améliorer la sécurité routière.
Mais je pense quand même qu'il faut, en amont, mieux former, mieux informer les jeunes conducteurs, c'est-à-dire au moment où ils vont passer le permis de conduire, il y a beaucoup de choses à faire.
Indeed, the most important way of changing drivers' behaviours is education and raising awareness. This is why the European Commission has put considerable effort into road safety information campaigns.
Je voudrais juste en citer une sur le comportement qui me semble intéressante. C'est la Nuit européenne sans accident, qui est organisée par des jeunes auprès d'autres jeunes pour leur éviter de reprendre le volant après avoir bu ou pris de la drogue au moment où ils sont censés s'amuser. Je crois que ça, c'est un exemple intéressant.
This campaign takes place on the third Saturday of October in all 27 EU member states. The European Commission is also concerned about professional drivers. Driving a heavy-duty vehicle or a bus is a profession with great responsibility. Statistics show that accidents involving such vehicles are often the most serious. Now that driving time has been regulated, European legislation recently introduced the obligation for the drivers of heavy-duty vehicles and coaches to be retrained every 5 years. This measure, like the others, aims to save as many lives as possible on European roads. When we hear road safety, we generally think of safe vehicles and careful drivers. The quality of infrastructure comes to mind far less often. In today's Europe, however, poorly adapted infrastructure is a factor in a large number of fatal accidents.
On estime que dans l'Europe des 27, chaque année, ça correspond à au minimum 6 000 tués et 200 000 accidents corporels.
That's too many. Europe wants to make its motorways safer. We all remember the disaster in the Mont Blanc tunnel. Although it's now become one of the best equipped and safest tunnels in the world, the catastrophic accident was a wake-up call. It prompted a European directive that establishes minimum safety standards in tunnels more than 500 meters long in the trans-European transport network. From 2010, the European Union will shift into higher gear to improve safety conditions on its road network. A newly adopted directive obliges member states to gradually identify and correct accident black spots on their major roads from this date onwards.
On a évalué l'impact de la directive, donc sur le seul réseau routier transeuropéen, on devrait éviter 7000 accidents par an et 600 morts. Si on y ajoute le réseau principal, donc les routes principales dans les États membres, on peut doubler cet impact. Et évidemment, l'impact est beaucoup plus grand si on ajoute tout le réseau secondaire.
The goal is to make the road infrastructure as understandable as possible and to minimize the danger resulting from driving errors or accidents. We're on the northern motorway network in France. Here, the concept of the road itself as a safety factor has become a leitmotiv.
On essaye d'être de plus en plus vigilant à la qualité de nos infrastructures avec des passages de vérification technique de l'ensemble des équipements plus fréquents, la qualité de nos enrobés, des marquages. On essaye aussi d'innover en matière d'avertissement et on pense que ça participe énormément à la sécurité de nos clients.
One day, one of these improvements might save your life. These striated bands along the side of the road, for example. If your attention strays, they'll alert you that your vehicle is drifting off the road. And this marking helps drivers visualize the minimum distance between vehicles. Or in case of an accident, these median barriers will prevent your car from heading into oncoming traffic. But if we had to name one key requisite for safety, it would surely be information.
Ce qu'on craint le plus, c'est justement le suraccident. Donc informer les clients qu'un événement est en train de se dérouler, vient d'avoir lieu, dans les kilomètres qui suivent, est indispensable.
With today's technology, drivers can stay informed in real time.
Il y a les technologies nouvelles, donc ce qu'on appelle globalement les systèmes de transport intelligents, tout ce qui permet le dialogue entre l'infrastructure et le véhicule ou entre l'infrastructure et le conducteur. Ça commence à exister, comme par exemple les panneaux donnant des messages adaptés à la situation, accident dans 5 km, des choses comme ça.
Il est 3h et sur l'autoroute A1 en direction de...
The road network here also features a one-of-a-kind system in Europe, a special radio station that transmits traffic information in both French and English.
C'est un instrument de sécurité puisque le but est d'accompagner l'auditeur, ça c'est sûr, mais surtout la première chose c'est la sécurité sur autoroute. Donc c'est de donner à l'auditeur un maximum d'informations pour lui permettre de conduire en toute sérénité sur nos axes et puis de donner une certaine de temps en temps des indications sur la prévention, de rappeler si vous voulez des grandes lignes en expliquant certaines choses pour qu'on puisse avoir si vous voulez sur autoroute un maximum de sécurité.
It might seem surprising to learn that toll stations also play a role in road safety.
Moduler les tarifs pour privilégier justement un trafic plus étalé dans la journée, notamment lors des retours de week-end, est une solution.
To limit the risk of accidents caused by traffic jams, a remote payment system improves traffic flow. The quality of roadside parking areas is also important to encourage drivers to take rest breaks, so crucial during a long trip, or to enable lorry drivers to respect their mandatory rest periods. Having features in the landscape is yet another idea for tackling one of the main causes of accidents, a lack of attention.
Puisque certains trajets peuvent paraître longs, il nous a paru essentiel dans nos aménagements paysagers d'essayer de varier, de rythmer justement le parcours de nos clients pour éviter au maximum cette hypovigilance.
So, solutions do exist to make infrastructure safer. However, the most important thing remains...
Penser à tous les aspects de sécurité avant même la construction de la route, dès le stade du projet routier.
The objective is to integrate construction and prevention to reduce the number of accidents on our roads.